Welcome to Down to Earth Astrology and Primal Girl Wellness. This is Miss Jenny, and I am your astrologer. And we are here today with the August horoscope, or, weather forecast. So, the first thing is, as you guys are painfully aware right now, today is July 24th. Venus is retrograde. Yay, team. Now, with Venus retrograde, some things that we can expect. Just you're forewarned, is one, money's going to get tight. Venus rules money and values, and things that bring us pleasure. So people are going to be a little bit or a lot more strict, controlling tight with their money through the month of August, for a number of reasons. And this is not unexpected depending on where you are on the planet. Because typically August is the month everybody's taking their vacations and the cost of everything's gone through the roof. It's also the month we get ready for kids to go back to school, so all the extra funds tend to go to, school supplies and school clothes and all that sort of stuff, and school tuition and et cetera, ad nauseum. But this particular month, for whatever reason, is going to be just a little bit more sensitive. We're going to be a little bit more painfully sensitive to the cost of everything. So for those of you who rely on the generosity of strangers to provide you with an income, people who rely on tips, for example, the kindness and generosity of strangers. August may be a challenging time to get through because your income sources are going to be really just squeezed. So budget accordingly. Do not panic, just budget accordingly and be prepared. It will pass. Venus will go direct on September 3rd. It will pass. But August is going to be a bit of a dicey month. Now remember, we know through the whole summer, we've got major Saturn-Pluto activity that's making life, dicey, spicy, challenging. And I'll link to the video, the quick video we did about that last month at the end of this video. So in combination with that, August is also carrying not only Venus retrograde in Leo, right, the sign of generosity and fun and pleasure, and having less of that is never a great thing, but also we're going to have Mercury and Mars in Virgo. So for those of you who are new to the game and don't understand Virgo energy, like imagine your favorite Virgo person at their most Virgo-ish. Yeah, all month long, baby, all month long. So here's the thing to understand about this and how to get through this. Okay, so the first thing is with Venus retrograde in Leo, it's making everybody super, super sensitive. People are taking things a lot more personally than they otherwise would or even probably should. Literally, this is the placement of overreaction and thin skin. So with that in mind, approach people cautiously and with as much warmth and support and the least or most gentle featherweight critique as possible, unless you're in a situation where you absolutely need to put the truth out there, the unvarnished truth. So if it's not like in the Buddhist expression, right? Is it kind? Is it true? Is it necessary? If it's not all three of those things, or at least one of those things, don't say it. So that's your hot tip for the month of August. Now, obviously, if things need to be said, and there's no easy way to say it, and it's the truth, you should absolutely put it out there. But if it's not any of those things, spare yourself a lot of headache and blowback by maybe biting your tongue. Okay, which will be difficult to do because with Mercury and Mars in Virgo, this is literally the placement of the mighty slicing tongue. So we can expect, for those people who aren't following astrology, who don't understand and didn't get these hot tips to get through August, watch the show. We're getting quite the floor show this month because there will be people who have mighty tongues that are going to be letting loose in no uncertain terms about exactly what displeases them and what's wrong and this, that, and the other. While Venus is in the hypersensitive thin-skinned Leo. So it's yeah, you don't want to be part of the floor show. You want to be up in the stadium watching this. So watch for that. And also understand that, you're not immune. They may be coming after you too, giving you a piece of their mind, and many, many words. Many, many words. Oh my God, August. Jesus. So there's that. Now, the other thing, and one of the things I want you guys to consider, if you need to protect yourself, and this is a very important thing, like take stock of what's going on in your life, right? Documentation and details. Make sure your documentation is on point, okay? And make sure you've got all your ducks in a row and all your details in line before you enter into any type of challenge or conflict with other people. And be prepared for people to call you to the carpet on stuff. So make sure your stuff is lined up and ready to go, like a legal document. Everything is there, right? In order, alphabetically indexed, like you've got your stuff down tight. You're going to need that because that's the only way you're going to get through this with the least amount of cuts. I'm just saying. So if you don't have that and nothing's going on, this is absolutely very important time to document every little detail. Even if you think it's unnecessary, document. It will come in handy and be important later because of this particular planetary lineup. Now, and the other reasons that I am saying this is because while Venus is retrograde in Leo, giving us all the fun and the feels, it will also be going back and forth to Jupiter and Uranus. Uranus is the truth bringer, right? And Jupiter is ethics and integrity in the bigger picture, the higher principle. It's also saving graces. So if we can stay in that zone during this month, we should be safe from, unnecessary or out of control fallout. But you're going to have to, Venus is retrograde. You're not getting a lot of support from other people. They got their own stuff to worry about. You're going to have to do the work yourself. Saturn remains in Pisces. It remains retrograde. It remains everybody's least favorite friend. The first week of August seems to be the most difficult, as Mercury and Saturn will be in opposition to each other. So a lot of people are getting called to task about things that should have been done, could have been done, or need to be done, and not in excessive terms. So more than not being kind or charitable, there will be incidences because Venus is retrograde in Leo, the sign of the king or the power that be. There may be some use of excessive force during this first week of August as people attempt to put their foot down or to bring order out of chaos or whatever it is that they think they're doing. They may be a little overboard with it. So know that. And like I said, if it doesn't need to be said, if it's not kind, it's not true, and it's not necessary, don't say it. Don't say it, McGee. Don't say it. Or do, and we'll just watch what happens to you. Don't say you weren't warned. Okay. So also too, Mars, which by the way is a brilliant position. It's very underrated. I like Virgos as long as they're not trying to improve me, right? Virgo will be making beautiful trines to Jupiter and then moving on to trine Uranus before this month is over. This is going to give us a great opportunity to literally problem solve, get the job done, do the thing that we love Virgos most for, and that's fixing stuff and getting it done. Get her done. So with Jupiter and Uranus, not only do we have a lot of support and a lot of momentum to move things forward and make things happen, make it happen, stop complaining, do something. I love Virgos. It will also, with Uranus, allow us the opportunity for some invention, innovation, and progress in new and unexpected ways, breaking up stalemates, finding solutions we never thought of before, things literally like lightning bolts coming out of the sky, completely unexpected, like, wow, what a great idea. And great idea in a good way, not great idea in a racist, sadistic, you're going straight to hell, you dirty demon, Greg Abbott, governor of Texas way. Just saying. That man, there are depths to hell that aren't deep enough to hold him. He's oh my God. If you don't know what's going on in Texas with Greg Abbott, I would, if you have the stomach for it, I would look it up. Greg Abbott, Texas, and immigration or border control, and the nonsense this nasty demon is doing. Jesus. Which is the antithesis of Venus and Leo. Venus and Leo is very much about the expression of love, heartfelt, genuine, sincere love, right? From a good place. This is what Leo is about. This is why Leo is the sign of the king. Because people who rule us, ideas and things and entities that rule us should be ruling us from the heart with love for us. Like a parent rules over their children with love for their child. That's the absolute epitome of what parenting should be and needs to be. Okay. So, and Abbott and his ilk are literally the exact opposite of that. But anyway, so So that is your hot tip for August. Now, some other things that I want you guys to be aware of. Obviously, in August, Mercury will go retrograde on the 23rd. When it goes retrograde, it will be retrograde at 21 Virgo. Now, this is not bad. This is not bad, because when it goes retrograde at 21 Virgo, it's stationing and retrograding. It will do that on the degree of Uranus. Uranus is at 23. So we'll take it. It's right there. We'll absolutely take it. Mars is close by, but not super tight, but it's definitely like right there with Uranus. So we can expect some really brilliant things to come up and be offered in terms of helping and fixing and sorting things out. And also too, some dramatic revelations. Truth this month, with this Jupiter-Uranus involvement with Venus and also Mercury and Mars, truth and honesty this month has the highest value ever. So just as a personal note, what I would say, I mean, obviously we're going to watch, the public figures and see how this plays out. But in our personal lives, the thing that we want to keep in mind is that right now, truth and honesty are the most important things we can bring to the table and are required if we're going to get through this month easily and successfully. So speaking from the heart, and being sincere and honest and truthful, okay? These are the things that are absolutely required from all of us during this month. Failure to provide those things in our speech and behavior and actions, meaning that we have a lack of integrity, right? Is going to carry a very, very high cost and penalty, because Saturn is in Pisces and it's retrograde, but Saturn is in Pisces and it's not going to let you get away with that. This is literally the end of the road for a lot of people, right? If you can't turn our hearts, turn our ankles. Okay. And of course, Uranus will go direct right behind Mercury on the 28th. So those two are traveling close together in terms of their directions and their movements. So honesty and truth and sincerity, all these things are very, very big things. Once we get through this month, we're going to be okay. Now, Mars will go into Libra around the 28th, about the same time Uranus is stationing retrograde. Mars will hit the Aries point. So I would look for some breathtaking revelations, public reveals, either in our personal lives or for public figures and world events, right about the time this happens, the 28th. Circle your calendars. Should be a very, very important couple of days before and after the 28th. So look for that. Big stuff. Otherwise, this is going to be a relatively quiet month. So this is a modest month. This is a great time to stay close to home if you can, or to vacation modestly if you do. And big extravagant gestures and things are not measured by their cost at this time, but by the heart, and our genuineness and sincerity. When we do the things that we do and offer the things that we offer and engage in the ways that we engage. So for those of you who live a less superficial or materialistic life and are much more about the deeper, more meaningful things, this is going to be a great month to really see what you're working with, both for yourself and with people. For those of you who are not used to slowing down and are often, like going down the speedway on the surface of things, this is going to be a tough month for you. I'm not going to lie, this is going to be a tough month for you. Because, head's itching. Must be getting some. Okay, because this is a very important time for everybody to get, in Christian terms, get right with Jesus. For those of you who are not Christians, getting right with God, or whatever, your turn of phrases for your culture, right? Or your religious framework or non-religious framework. Anyway, this is a really, really important time to get right with things inside yourself, not in ways that get public applause or that other people can see, but literally deep down in your heart. This is the time we've got to get right with ourselves, because if you do, you'll be rewarded, and if you don't, well, you're just going to get more of the same or worse. I'm just saying. So that's your August horoscope, or at least that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Hang in there until we get to September. August is just going to be tough. September will be much, much better. So August will be as slow moving and sticky and uncomfortable and challenging as you would expect August to be. And again, money is going to dry up this month. So for those of you who rely on the charity and generosity of strangers, budget. This is going to be a tough month. You're going to make some money. Like, it's not going to completely. We're not the government. And the countries are not going bankrupt this month. I mean, they could, but I don't see that happening. But it does mean that if you're accustomed to a certain amount of income based on tips and support from other people, free flowing money, this is going to be a challenge. We could also see some issues with economics in the banking industry this month. But again, remember, Jupiter and Uranus are involved. Bigger picture, integrity, honesty, truth, and innovation, baby. So this may be the thing where we live out and discover or see for ourselves the practice or the manifestation of the expression. Necessity is the mother of invention. And so it's that kind of month. And it's temporary. The most important thing I want you guys to remember, it's temporary. So we're going to get through it. It's only a few weeks. So during this, few weeks kind of thing, like stay close to home, stay close to your loved ones, speak from the heart. Speak from the heart. Do things from the heart. Be genuine. Be sincere. And remember, this month, with all this Virgo energy, the mighty mouth is active. And Venus retrograde, making a really thin skin. Remember the Buddhist expression. Is it kind? Is it true? Is it necessary? If what you're about to say does not fulfill those three things, or at least one of them, don't say it. Don't say it. All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye.